I hope, all I can do is hope that all the things just work right away. So I gotta say, welcome in. The thing is telling me it's working. I think we're safe. I'm gonna click one more button and we're gonna get right into it. I mean, we got a lot to talk about, I guess. The main thing is, I don't know, like this role. I mean, a title and thumbnail obviously is a nice one. You get the randomizer gives you good ones. They kind of give you some freebies. So I'll take Citrine with Cestra Incarnon. So that's what we'll talk about right away. So obviously, if I scroll down here, you know, we've got a couple of special ones at the bottom. But yeah, Citrine is the least used normal frame. But yeah, it's an easy buff. And what I've done with Citrine is just obviously tried to max out power strength. I do have a lot of range, which I don't know how valuable it is at this point. I feel like I could probably remove overextended because it's mostly just the range of this and then the spread radius of recrystallize, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But I am curious to see how this works with recrystallize. I feel like it's gonna be strange. But yeah, I think we can totally make it work. I guess part of it is like I do love Citrine. I think Citrine, people keep using a Citrine Spectre, and I'm like, I'm starting to understand it a little bit, chat. I get it. I see where they're coming from. But yeah, like a lot of it is just, you know, it's weird how little you actually get like a status chance buff in this game. Like, it's kind of unique. I guess Dante also has that. So there's like, there are definitely some situations, but yeah, we're welcomed. We're here. I mean, we'll have to see. I'll have the monitor open. I'll have everything. Oh, it seems like it is working. Okay, chat. But yeah, I don't want to get too distracted. I want to basically get into it. But yeah, the Cestra Incarnon is just a crazy one. I will just show you 54 times crit multiplier before we get into it. Yeah, we can talk about the base crit, but yeah, I mean, let's talk about Citrine a little bit. Here's the thing. I've been thinking I could probably remove overextended because it's really just the range of this. Like if I removed this, 28 meters is totally fine. So it's like I would need to put it, like I could put a temporary thing in here, but it'll be interesting to like test it out. So I'll have a little bit more power strength. Yeah, what is it, 40% more. So I feel like it's still a pretty decent range. I do like a lot of range for hitting everything with this, but this is a very spammable ability. And 30 meters is still good. Excuse me for that. But I could probably, yeah, I'll just put in like a, where's the one that I'm looking for? Vigilante Vigor. I'll just put even more shield regen on this. So we'll just kind of stick with that for now, see how it works. We'll get a little bit higher Vigilante bonus. We'll get one extra stack for that, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, I mean, obviously Archon continuity, Archon strats, very very endgame stuff, but it's going to benefit you a lot because you are proccing the 4 basic status, and then you know, Archon continuity is giving you 5 with the crystal, and then you'll proc 2 more with impact and slash, so you're getting 7 stacks of impetus. So pretty goated, that's all I can say. Oh yeah, I can't see the chat. What game would you bring back from the old consoles? Honestly, dude, it's already back. Ninja Gaiden 4. So I'm like a huge fan of Team Ninja, but like mostly their stuff. Baten Kaitos, Eternal Wings, and the Lost. Oh, I feel like I recognize that name for some reason, but I don't know where. Yeah, I'm waiting for the TikTok monitor live chat to start working. I don't know, it takes a second or something, but yeah, this is what I mean. It's like the base power is just your 3. It is nice, like recrystallize honestly makes this super fun and viable, and you get a pretty decent amount of energy orbs. It's not a crazy amount, but what I've noticed is like if you're giving me any greater drop chance of energy orbs, bro, I feel that shit. That's an old GameCube game. Oh my god, I have very little experience with the GameCube. It was mostly over at friends' houses, but yeah, that's what I mean. Like you're providing status chance to your squad as long as they're like in the radius. It'll have this like, you know, the rainbow circle around you. You'll get the status chance bonus. You'll get the status duration bonus. Kind of sick as well. So very strong. That's a pretty nice buff for your squad. Fractured Blast is just going to lay the ground with health orbs and energy orbs. I don't know. It's kind of crazy, man. I'm like, part of this is just like half of Citrine is just remembering to spam your 1 constantly. And it's just like a level of support that I feel like your whole squad should love you for. Like, there's a lot of work going into just like, no, I'm just kidding. You're just pressing 1. You're keeping 3 active. Your 2 also affects your squad. And that, you know, it's pretty easy to stay at 90% damage reduction. So that's pretty gamer. And then, of course, with Recrystallize, you do have, you know, another offensive ability that will spread it. I guess like Sarin Spores. They should make a prime. Why is Warframe so popular now? I think part of it is that they've made a lot of quality of life changes that have made the game like easier to, like, more accessible to new content creators. Like, you think about all these like people from Destiny that come over and they're big content creators and they start playing Warframe. It's like, I think part of it is when I did speedrunning the new war, it was a pretty streamlined process. I spent a lot of time. I was bogged down in Fortuna and the Plains of Eidolon, but I ended up with this kit gun that was just like so fucking goated, and it was so strong. And I just trashed all the Necromechs, and the Necromechs was like the easiest part. It was like 2 episodes. It was like maybe an episode and a half, and I was like, this is so rewarding. So I can't recommend it, but to see it, if you want to see the journey of me grinding fucking Fortuna, like getting to Master Rank 4 because I was leveling up all the trash weapons in Fortuna, getting to Master Rank 4 before I got to Jupiter. So you can get the Zorus, which is the Deadlock Protocol. You can get that either at the Saturn Junction on Jupiter, or you can just get to Master Rank 4. I never made a kit gun. Yeah, I was like, I had a feeling, man, because my kit gun is just the build. It's just the parts you choose, and then the Riven doesn't matter. Like, the setup I had on that kit gun was like probably could have taken me into all of Arbitrations and the Steel Path. Like, it was like a blast plus hunter munitions, and it had all the stats. It had vigilante bonus up to like 15 or 20%. It was pretty crazy. Like, and it was like 95% base crit. It was the Tomb Finger, so it was an AoE, so it did a shit ton of damage on the. So it was a gamer ass setup. I was like, honestly, my ego could never have been more inflated. But yeah, if you want to watch that, that's over on my YouTube. I have a playlist for every single stream. You can just watch the last couple of videos where I shit on Necromechs. It's so satisfying. It's so much fun. But yeah, I mean, what do you talk about with Citrine except for like, as long as you're just making sure to keep your abilities active, I don't think it's too crazy. Like, I like having Recrystallize. I don't know how much I'll be necessarily spamming it. I have a Tau Forged Blue in here because, you know, the more base shields you have, it'll increase your shield regen by a little bit, so you don't need it, but so there's a marginal increase in survivability. And of course, the other title. Sorry, 8 minutes in. Apologies to talk about the weapon so late, but so this one, I guess I will proc this with Citrine, so we're chilling on that. On shield break, ×3 crit damage for 6 seconds. That's pretty good. I mean, hey, I guess Vigilante Vigor looks better every day. Here, I'll have to keep testing the live monitor. The TikTok, the tools TikTok gives me kind of makes me sad sometimes, but I appreciate Lucas playing for being here. Damn, that sounds great. So yeah, what is the other one? With armor over 450, pretty cool. Nah, I'm not going to use it. This one is pretty important. Accuracy and recoil. I actually did take this because it does just turn it into like a beam weapon. So you can think of it now as, you know, I guess it's kind of like Dara now, and you know, I don't know if I could qualify it in the same tier as like Tenet Flux Rifle, but it's like kind of in that vein. It just has a projectile speed, so you kind of have to lead your shots. And then this one is the crazy one. Increase base crit damage multiplier by +2 times. So I'll show you the math, chat. We'll do this. 10 Forma, also ignore that. This is way too many. Never mind, chat. Don't get too distracted by that. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Prime Target Cracker. 35 times crit damage. That's it. You don't need a Riven, dude. the Riven is insane. The Riven is crazy. Cold crit damage. So it allows me to keep primed heated charge, which will obviously only buff the damage of your bullet, but is a nice, it is a nice damage buff for your bullet. Only 32% status, but that's how we're going to buff it. And that's how status can be really broken, because obviously we've got secondary encumber. So, you know, you may be closer to being guaranteed to proc secondary encumber with every shot when you account for multi-shot. So obviously, like, multi-shot, all it's going to do, you know, you calculate the multi-shot and the status, like, all it's going to do is provide you more chances. Like, you have more chances to proc status, and then therefore from that status effect you have a 24% chance to proc another random status effect. And it's best seen, it's best observed on anything that's tanky. Well, yeah, trash mobs, yeah, maybe they'll get 2 status and they'll be dead already. So that's what blast damage will do as well. So blast damage is going to add a 5 meter AoE either when you kill an enemy affected by blast or you procs 10 stacks. And I mean, it adds splash damage to a weapon that would otherwise just be a full auto that would just shoot a single enemy. So that's kind of the reason that I use it on this weapon, is it's a damaging status effect that you can like prioritize super heavily. Because yeah, you have primed heated charge on pistol, and you have primed cryo rounds on rifle and shotgun. So you have access to God, I mean, I feel like you know, you are only buffing the damage of your initial shot. Like, the AoE only scales off of things like, you know, Hornet Strike and the Galvanized bonus. So Galvanized Shot obviously is giving you direct damage. It's giving you 120% direct damage per status type. So every time you proc another random status that you don't already have on your kit, which is important. Like, I still have a lot of similar status effects on my companion and maybe on my Warframe. So you know, there's a little bit of a discrepancy where you may not get super crazy stuff. Yeah, you need blast for your Sarkon, dude. Shout out Lucas for following. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I don't know if my audio alerts are working. Oh, my speaker's off. Okay. Anyway, yeah, like so here's the thing. I primarily use blast on weapons that would otherwise not have crowd clearing capability. So the blast damage allows me to deal with high value targets. So like the Cestra Incarnon is really good at like tapping Thrax for like a zillion fucking damage in an instant. Really good for that, because you just hold down left click. I didn't even mention how the Incarnon worked. I didn't even talk about, oh, I did talk about the abilities, but yeah, as long as you hold down left click, you gain crit chance. So you start at fucking 150. I haven't looked up how it's calculated, but I would assume it's just added like a mod. So hey, maybe it's Enervate. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. So what I've noticed is this is a very easy weapon to hold down. You do not really suffer very much. And that's what I've noticed, is like a lot of these setups are most optimized when you're like straight up like surrounded. Like, you have the Thrax, yes, but you have, you know, you're on a conjunction here. Let me play it out for you, the scenario. You're on a level 200 conjunction survival, right? It's the 10-minute mark, okay? Thrax spawns, Rift Tear or like Reactant Tear spawns. You get 3 Corrupted Ancients. One of them is a Toxic Eximus. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got the dude in front of you need to kill. Okay, let's do another one. Void Cascade Omnia. All right. You pop the beacon. You're at 50%. You pop one of the things. Another Void Tear spawns on the Thrax. So it's like, it's very valuable to have a damaging status effect. That's what I've noticed, is like, whether it's fire, blast, I mean, slash is something that you need to like have built in on the weapon. So it needs to have built-in IPS to support that, or also hunter munitions. But yeah, that's what I mean. Is like, I found a lot of value about, like, you know, at a certain point, you know, you can kind of just out damage a lot of stuff regardless of whether you have, you know, what I will say, magnetic is looking better and better every single day. When I go into Omnias and it's like it's like that meme. It's like you're chilling, you're like laughing, having a good time, and then yeah, as soon as you get the triple corrupted ancient spawn, you're like, oh god, I really wish I had magnetic on everything right now. So I really feel that, where I'm like, most stuff doesn't really matter, but that kind of matters. So yeah, I guess that's the main thing to talk about. Is it is just secondary encumber, galvanized shot, and blast. It's a pretty standard setup. I have it on, I guess I could do like a breakdown real quick. I think it's Cestra, Akmagnus, where's the other one? I know Tenet Diplos. Yeah, I have it on Tenet Diplos as well. These are weird. I have it on, oh, where is it? Where's the one that I'm thinking of? I have it on Spectra Vandal. I have it on Spectra Vandal. So that's a beam weapon that I did put blast on, because it is just a beam weapon. It just shoots people in the head, and that's it. It doesn't have any stuff. So it's a pretty cool one. But we're still chilling. Yeah, I guess we're good to go. I need to swap some stuff around, and I realized I didn't pause any of the streams, but yeah, I mean, we're just talking about builds. I mean, I feel like part of the Cestra is like, it is just a full auto, guys. Like, there are way cooler pistols out there. When I do a list, I don't know what I'm going to do about primaries. Primaries is like too many weapons. I don't know how I'm going to talk about all those weapons, but I know I'll do one list, which will be pretty short. That'll cover, like, yeah, the ones that are like straight up, they just outclass everything else. So there's a couple different setups. So magnetic increases damage to overguard and shields, but it's mostly the overguard. So, you know, corrupted ancient's gonna cover the playing field in overguard. Chat, I'm still trying to figure out how to make my chat work on the live monitor. I don't know, man. It's the little things. But yeah, I can swap between. I guess that's the main one I wanted to talk about. It's interesting also because Prisma Lenz is just all blast damage, but that's just because it's a fucking AoE. That's it. I just, more and more on these types of setups, you know, I have it on Kuva Brahma and Kuva Zar. Yeah, it's just a fucking AoE that does a zillion damage. So I'm kind of just popping blast, you know, and having it at least treat me pretty nice. What if the Accelerator got an Incarnon? Bro, the Accelerator Prime is already insane. Like, the Accelerator Prime as it is like, you know, I will be doing, you know, starting some tier lists soon, but that will be in the meta category. That will be in like S tier / meta / whatever you want to call it. But like weapons that I've used so consistently that I'm like, this thing is fucking absurd. Oh, I appreciate the 280 likes. Yeah, chat. It makes me sad. You know, it was working. I noticed that it took a while, but then eventually it worked. But yeah, the weird TikTok issues that I have, I don't know, they feel very strange, but I think I might want to put like the Tickfinity chat, like I might just open it as a separate window. I don't know, I'm kind of struggling a little bit here, but I mean, I don't think it's too big of an issue. I appreciate it, guys. But yeah, I mean, what do you really talk about with Prisma Lens? Like, it just, I mean, obviously this is an interesting one. So this is actually, I do want the fire rate. I did intentionally roll for fire rate. It's nice to have the damage buff. You know, it'll give you damage for your blast proc. So when you proc blast on somebody and then that shit explodes, it'll give you a bonus from that. So you can get a little bit of cascading from that. It's pretty nice. So, yeah, it is just merciless. It is just hunter munitions. It's a pretty classic setup. I've used it for a while. It's definitely not the most like OP explosive, you know, weapon. It's not even the most OP explosive bow in the game. There's a couple bows that don't even explode that outclass this guy. Like, it's a relic of a bygone era in a way. It was weird. Like, it was this old school weapon way back in the day. But yeah, this is dual Keres Prime. This is just swinging influence. That's it. I have melee influence on it, and I also swing the weapon because we're using Carving Mantis. So we do get a 100, 300, and 200% slash proc. So that's pretty nice on the standing attack. You can land a couple standing attacks. So it's a pretty good place to be at with 100% crit chance and 6 times crit multiplier. You can spam that pretty easily. Oh, it's a classic setup, dude. I mean, it's kind of what you expect at this point, right, chat? You guys know what you're gonna see. That's why I have these weapons here, so I can actually show you some. I'll show you something real quick, and then we'll play the game. Let's start. Where's the list start? The list starts here. So this is Dragon Nikana, Sun and Moon, Cronin Prime, Karst, Fang Prime, Venado, blah 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 blah. All these weapons I use as single target weapons. So those are the only weapons that I use when I'm off camera. That's my only struggle. That's the only burden I'll place on myself is I have to make it a little bit harder on myself when I'm solo. Shout out to Deadest Pool for joining. What's good? Dude, you joined at the perfect time, but we're actually about to play Warframe 21 minutes in. I don't know, the intro yap is pretty long, but yeah, guys, I should mention as well. I gotta make an announcement. This is an exciting one. Tomorrow, I don't know, my goal right now is that it should start about 2 p.m. Pacific time, and it will end hopefully 6 hours later at 8 p.m. Maybe go longer. But yeah, I have done a lot of stuff. I have made some adjustments. I have adjusted my audio levels on my microphone, but I have a couch set up. So tomorrow, basically all day, just check in whenever you can. Tomorrow I will be live with my friends. It will essentially just be a live party. We've got, you know, a couple dozen, maybe 3 dozen weird party games on Steam that, like, I would assume basically all of them have remote play together. So these are a lot of cool games that you can watch and scrub through. And you know, if you're curious about any of them, then yeah, just tune in. I'll try to play as many as I can. I'll try and show off a bunch of crazy stuff. So it's going to be an exciting one. I feel like a lot of it has been, a lot of this stuff that I've been streaming here. Can you show your stats? Like my game stats. I only have 3,600 hours. It's not that much, man. It's not that much. How many months is that? 4 months of my life in Warframe. Is that correct? 4.5 months, I guess. Almost 5. That's crazy, man. Wait. Yeah, 30 days ish. Yeah. That's, no, I guess it is 5 months. Oh my god. Oh shit. Okay. Anyway, any more stats did you want to see? Any what else did you what? That's the main one. Quit rate 8%. I'm a master quitter. I quit a lot, dude. When I'm testing shit, I don't even go for 5 minutes in a survival. Sometimes I test it, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I leave at 2 minutes. I'll just hey, I'll drop that on you. That's pretty good. Oh, that was Abu Dhabi. Okay, I see. I got you. I thought that was the Deadest Pool for a second. Never mind. Alright, still chilling. We got my boy all beefed up. And yeah, we do the meme. I guess I need to cast my abilities, unfortunately, chat. How embarrassing this is. It's so cringe. Yeah, let's do this. And then where do we put down this? Oh, I love this room, though. Oh, this is a good room. I guess this will be a good test for the crystals. Oh, I don't have enough energy. Oh, that means I gotta cast this. Yeah, there is that ratio. I see it, Chad. See what happens? I just pop their arms off long before I ever kill them. It happens. It just keeps happening, man. I don't know how I do it. Okay, there's all 7, and then we'll recast it again. And then we should just need to kill everything, and then that should be like all the buffs. Oh, hey, I need to scroll down. I think the chat's not working. One second. Oh, there you go. Now I see it. Just want to see general stats. You got a Fenmore crit build? No, I don't have a Fenmore crit build. What would that be? Does it have a... It has... You can do... Isn't there the 4th ability has the crit buff? I think I still... That's the only one that I use attrition on. I do like that one, but... doing better than me. I will say I have a Fel Arcs crit build, infinite ammo crit build with, what is it, primary Crux as well. So that's a pretty savage. That's a pretty savage one. I did choose the one where you're in the air. You can watch, there's a stream that I did where I like lost my mind. I swear to God. It's like one of my most unhinged moments. Amar and his unhinged takes. That's all I'll say. Oh, I should cast Recrystallize, shouldn't I? Or just cast 4, I guess. Yeah, this is I guess better Citrine gameplay. I do need to build up the Incarnon. Yeah, unfortunately the little crystal thingies, they don't count. But look at that. That's the craziest part, dude. I have health orbs and I have the what is the bond mod? Restorative bond, where you get like 60 extra health from health orbs, and then they also like restore your companion's cooldown. So that one has been pretty goated. I guess it's still, does it still have the duration? Or does the duration reset? Am I seeing the duration reset? Oh, is that a 9? Oh, interesting. I'm kind of like watching crystallize, trying to figure out what's going on. But yeah, there you go. I guess once it spreads, it just kind of keeps spreading. So you just, does it? Oh. So that's reflecting. Oh, what is this fucking ability? Chat, are you, I feel like a monkey right now. I'm like watching this ability, trying to figure out what that timer is. I'm so confused. Direct damage Fenwar makes me ill. Yeah, I don't even use the Fenwar very much. I have thought about doing a crit Fenwar. It's not a, it's got some good stats. I think it has a lot of slash, so you can actually just put a bunch of slash damage on it. I think I have like slash, viral, and beat on it or something. It's a weird setup. I played it a while ago. I think I used to use it to fight Archons with like Rhino, I think, and it was kind of crazy. But yeah, that was a while ago. It's kind of sat in my list for a while. I haven't touched it in a while. I've seen too many comments about people being like, bro, why the fuck are you using this weapon? Use the Fenwar instead. It's so much better. That I'm like, oh god, the Fenwar. You know, I've got plenty of weapons to use, and I'll leave that one where it is for now. But it's still a very good weapon. 127% crit chance, and 85 status chance. Oh my god. Is that when you do? Because you either take the negative crit chance, or is there a positive crit chance one as well? Because I saw that for the Fel Arcs, and I'm looking at that. I'm like, that's not a bad build. I'd have to look at the 4 augments, or the last augment, and see what you would choose instead of the attrition mod, or the attrition upgrade. So I guess that would be my only thing. But yeah, if those are the stats, then chat, those stats be statting. Bratton, oh my god, a Bratton Riven? Dude, Bratton. That's a cool, I like that Incarnate weapon. I do. After all this time, I still go back to it. Like when you first get the Incarnans, like it's so much fun, and they just grow on you and grow on you. And you change it up just a little bit and it just works. There's so many weird choices you can make. I got red crits, no buff from Frame. Sending it. Yeah, it sounds cooler when people talk about it, but it's underwhelming. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's always been my thing is, I think part of it is, in the end, when I've started using so many weapons, like they all start to feel so similar. You know what I mean? Like you start to find connections between them, and you end up with these very strangely similar like play styles across different weapons. But I definitely think like if you're gonna judge Incarnants against Incarnants, there are some absurdly powerful Incarnants, and so I think it's like, to judge like the primary Incarnants, it's like, yeah, there's definitely going to be some that are going to like skew the power level towards a direction, but I've always had a sweet spot for the Bratton Incarnate. I feel like, oh my god, just the fact that I have like 20 Bratton sets at this point. I'm getting it all the time. I'm like, god, I never even used it. Like the only weapon that I used like early on in the game was like the Soma Prime. You get it for free. It was like during TennoCon or something. It's like as soon as you, I don't know, sometimes it happens like that where I would just be like playing Warframe for long enough that like I would play during like TennoCon or one of these events, and then you would just get something for free, and you'd be like, holy shit. Oh, Max sent a tiny diny. I appreciate it. Oh, that actually showed up well. Oh, that's good to see. Oh, hang on, I gotta recast everything. Oh, sorry, chat. Oh, I also didn't have that buff active. Oh, that's cringe. No, I need to recast it up here, chat. Whoop. Okay. Pay attention. Max, you're distracting me in the best way possible. But I'm trying to be better about that. There were moments. You guys caught me where I was like, yeah, I would yap so much and I would play so much that I just like would ignore everything. I was like, oh my god, that's kind of rough, man. But yeah, I mean, I feel like, ooh, don't have my 2 active. It's kind of cringe. Anyway, we're back. I like your new layout. My bad. No, it's a challenge. Max is here to challenge me with wonderful gifts. He's going to shower me with gifts as, you can't distract me. I'm a pro Warframe gamer. I love yapping too. I can't stop yapping. You're like, God, this guy's like a fucking, he's like a broken record. He only has like 5 things. Oh, yeah. You better be using Prime Surefooted. No Prime Surefooted. No. That's the ultimate clout check, dude. I got clout checked so hard. Right? It dropped a let him cook. Oh my god, thank you, Max. But yeah, the ultimate clout check has arrived. Shit. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I can claim to be legendary rank 4. I can claim to be max mastery, but bro, I don't have it. I don't have Prime Surefooted. I got absolutely, he mogged me. I gotta be real. Like, you gotta call it out. You gotta be honest with yourself and like take accountability when you get wrong. Like that, so. Shut up, Max. My Brad build is a poor man build. Yeah, I feel like that's always been my thing. Is I am literally privileged enough that like, I can break it down for you. Like I did the math. I went through my usage list. I realize now I'm missing 1 weapon for the pistol, but I guess it just brings the numbers down a little bit. But there are 74 weapons in my primary weapon usage list. So that's like, you know, rifles, shotguns, and kit guns, you know, based on the different Riven types, where all of them have Rivens at this point. I decided, I think there might be like 1 or 2. I might not have one for like Defend more, but it's like, at this point, yeah, they're all weapons that I've used long enough where it's like, I don't know what happens, but the more I do it, the more it's just like, you start to make every weapon work. You're like, you start to like understand things. Like, you know, when I started working on these, you know, full auto blast setups, there was like a pretty strict cutoff where like the weapon would need to do a shit ton of damage as it is before you would even bother putting blast. Like, it's not like a setup, you know, it's not like a super, you know, clickbait content brain thing where you're like, oh, you put it on anything, it makes it. It's like, no, there's like a strict criteria where you're like, if this weapon like doesn't meet the criteria for you without blast, then I don't know, man. Like, because then, yeah, at that point you expand the list too much and you're like, oh my god. You know, there's like, I think Kuva Karak is still left out. There's still a few weapons that, you know, I'm fine with not using. So it still allows you a lot of weird weapons. I think, you know, in my old thumbnails, I had the Tiburon Prime, which has that really fun augment for the burst fire, where it's like every time you land a headshot, you get 10% crit chance. That shit is gamer. I need so bad Forma, but don't feel like farming even 1. Chat, that's a clout check I can do. How many Forma blueprints I have? I think I'm close to 150 Forma blueprints. The Karak Incarnon will show you all. Kuva Karak Incarnon. Oh shit. I wasn't ready for it. That would be crazy. Oh my god, I didn't think they would do it. Oh shit, hang on. Let me get to a save. Oh, can I test this? I want to see if I can do this. Here, I want to see if I can kill him with the glaive. Oh, unfortunate. I did a lot of damage, but I didn't kill him with the glaive. That was my, if you didn't catch that, that was my amp. I just swapped to Madurai, and I did the whole Magus Melt plus Void Strike combo. and I just you know, I have a 547 scaffold or brace or amp, but yeah, I've lost all my abilities. Oh shit, hang on. Let me do something real quick. Like I have enough damage that I realize, you know, when Mania shows up, I just swap to Operator and I straight up just kill him with the amp, and the amp will just like chain around the enemies and then hit Mania from the back. So apologies for the phrasing, but yeah, yeah, it's too easy. You'll just have to see it. If Mania shows up, I'll show it off again, and it'll be way easier to do with that. But let's cast this. Seems like we actually have to reset. I guess that was the thing. I didn't have to reset that ability for like maybe like a minute on end. I actually kept it active pretty long, so it seems it still has a pretty short duration. So the crystals have like a life, and every time I'm shooting the crystal, it's spreading. And so as long as I continuously aim for crystals, then the buff will stay spreading and stay active within the 30-meter radius. So I would assume that's how it works, and that's why the timer is staying active. I use Torrid mostly, but it gets boring. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, to me, I feel like Torrid has just become like one of the most OP weapons in the game. You know, like you'll see it. Like I don't know if I'm gonna do weapons first or Warframes first, because I've been thinking about, you know, testing out some short little weapon videos where I can talk about, you know, I can talk about how. I mean, the basic gist of it is like I want to be able to say like, okay, you know, in my tier list, I ranked this weapon, you know, as part of A tier, I ranked it number whatever in the A tier list. So, you know, I felt like doing that would be nice. So being able to do those weapon lists like right off the bat, I think would be nice, because like, yeah, I want to do some more of these like short little 3-minute. I think they'll end up being like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, where I can just be like, yo, the Cestra Incarnon is fucking crazy. Here's a couple frames that would probably work well. I don't know if I'll show you multiple different frames. Oh my god, 444. I didn't even realize I had that buff. But I definitely think I want to do more of that, where I'll show at least, yeah, I'll show you footage from one frame, and then I can explain, okay, so here's what this frame has, here's what you can choose to, you know, also have a similar effect, and, you know, whether you're using roar or whatever you have. So there's always specific setups that I run that will maximize things like blast damage. So there are specific, you know, helmet abilities you can mention that will maximize blast damage really well. So, you know, with these types of weapons, you can talk about it pretty easily. And obviously, like this setup is just pretty goated. Obviously, I'm barely holding it down, so I'm not even getting a real crit chance bonus, but also the little dude is backing me up. Should I swap to the Lenz, though? I don't think I've had the Lenz active at all for 13 minutes, so pretty good showcase of the Cestra. What amp combo is that? Yeah, it's a 547, so 5 is the first, it's the Cantic, it's the Cantic Prism from Little Duck, so it's the first prism you get from Vox Solaris. Alright, chat. Do they hit the crystals? That was a lot of hits. Or are they getting an unfortunate overguard buff? Hey, we'll see how it works, chat. I will say with these dudes, like, bro, I'm blowing their arms off. That's all I'm doing. I gotta be real, man. It's a little bit lazy, but, you know, they just AoE and they do their thing, so it's pretty sick. I will say I try to, like, actually shoot the enemies, but that bubble just looks so sick. You know what I mean? It's just a badass fucking weapon. It's old school. You know, the bubble existed because of self-damage. Like, you would get caught in the bubble and you would slow yourself down. You would get a cold proc on yourself, so you were cooked. Oh, this is unfortunate, though. It seems my Lenz is not very good against an Acolyte, so chat, I gotta be real with you. If you have an extra Vigilante supplies, can you sell it to me? I only have... Bro. Extra Vigilante supplies? You're kidding, right? Nobody's got that shit. We have the one that we have. Well, actually, I have a couple, but... Hey. Sometimes you need a rank 8 mod, so it only costs 4 mod slots. Yeah. Unfortunate, chat. I have to be real. I just bought another one so that I could have one at an even lower level. But yeah, I gotta be real, man. I'll spend money on that shit. What was that? What the fuck? That was not the Lenz. I do not think that was the Lenz. But anyway, chat, I'm getting a little distracted, it seems. But I do like, you got 8 shots in the mag. It does mean that you can spam it pretty easily. God, I should be doing this as well. Okay, that's a little bit better, but goodness, I'm embarrassing myself. I gotta be real, chat. You know, I'm swapping to the Lenz. I'm not doing good with it. You do have to dome the fucking corrupted ancients. I don't know. I guess these dudes as well. You can bank a couple of these. Oh, yeah, it's such a cool weapon, though. You know what I mean? It's like, and to get the Prisma variant, I'm like, okay, thank God. That's very beneficial. I was very happy to see that, and it just buffs the stats, you know, just enough. And I'm like, okay, we're good. We'll survive. Melee weapon has increased damage. Okay, fine. We could do a little bit of influencing. I hate to say it. Till the day I die, that's all I'll be doing. I'll just be, I'll be shilling. I'll be a true influencer. Anyway, hit this. That looked weird as fuck, but I guess we're good to go. We can chill out a little bit. We're not totally covered with enemies. Oh, twice in the bubble. I hate to see that. Yeah, prime sure-footed guy. Not looking down on me right now. I'm struggling. I'm getting caught in the bubble way too many times. I feel like a lot of us are getting caught in the. Shout out Deep Seek, I guess, if anyone got caught in that bubble that popped a little bit. That was unfortunately a little bit scary, but hey, chat. Sometimes you gotta be. What is it? I'm news pilled. I don't know. A Mars into the stock market secretly. That's the take I'm going with. Hey, man. Sometimes your voice struggles. Yeah, see, the monitor still just doesn't work, so I think we're still good to go, though. We've got everything set up. We're at 3%. Oh, shit. I didn't even notice. Ooh, 1%. I play in the red too much. I've noticed that I get way too comfortable in the red. And then, like, sometimes the red gets a little bit too low and you're not really paying attention. It does happen, man. I'm yapping, bro. I'm looking over at chat too much, but I shout out Abby Dobby for following. Dude, that's a sick username, I gotta say. That's a snag right there. But yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of what Omnius has been for me recently has been realizing that, you know, yes, you're not using the most S-tier broken ass weapon in the game, but does that mean you're ever like really struggling? Like, it adds this weird level of fun where you're like, yeah, am I like going around telling people to use weapons that aren't as good as other weapons? No, like, I guess it's more just, I hope this is like, I hope you can live vicarious through me. Like, you're like, this guy's using the Bosmu and like this guy's using the Tiburon, and like, yeah, I mean, you could say that for probably about half of like all the weapons that I use, probably more of the melees if I'm being honest, but I think part of it is it's so silly. Like, just the idea in general is just like so dumb. I was like, hey, I guess it is. Once I realized how easy it was and how much I enjoyed it, that's when I was like, oh, I have to like show this. You know, this has to be my thing. Yeah, I mean, the day that I actually go to TennoCon, it has to be the moment of, wait, are you the randomizer guy? You're the guy that uses the fucking Bosmu, aren't you? Oh yeah, shit, you caught me. Oh fuck, that has to be the thing at this point. I mean, I don't know. I don't know a lot of people that are running around, you know, playing this way, but I feel like, yeah, there's so many fun ways to play this game, and I think the more you try out, the more you enjoy, and the better you get at working. Like, I think the more frames you try out specifically, like, the more you expand your list, I think the more that can help you understand, you know, like, not only what you're doing, but also, like, how your teammates are doing. I feel like the teammates is less important, but it's mostly, like, you start to understand like what frames have access to what. And I think the other nice thing is that you start to weigh your Helminth abilities more. And I really think like your Helminth abilities is the end game of Warframe. Like deciding which Helminth, like it's honestly pretty rare. I would say probably that I don't put a Helminth ability in. Like with a lot of Warframes, especially older Warframes, I will end up replacing one of the abilities just because it's like, you know, whether it's, you know, less usable or just like not as powerful as the other abilities. I think what you notice is sometimes you can struggle. Fellow Prisma Lenz user, yeah, dude, fuck yes. Hunter, welcome back. Yeah, this has been pretty classic. I will say, you know, this is a weapon that kind of gets... Oh, did I stone myself? Am I safe? Did I live? Oh my god, I did not like that. Did you see that? How quickly? Sometimes my guy takes forever, dude. Oh, there you go. There's the number. There's the number that you want to see. It seems that they were just never inside the bubble. Okay, that's good. I like that damage. That was fucking satisfying. Alright, and then we'll close it out. We'll close it out. We'll return. Alright, we'll just relax for a little bit. Have some fun with the Cestra once again. Goodness. Woo. Just a classic. We actually hit 25 health regen per sec, so pretty poggers. We saved it. Yeah, we're just dumping now. We're maxing it out. We can do it. Ability oh my.
That's it.
All right, let's get the full buff then.
We'll take a look inside.
We'll hit this. 524. Fuck yeah, dude. Say less. We'll hit this. We'll drop this. I think this just exists as it is. I don't think it gets a buff. I don't think Crystallize gets any type of buff, but Recrystallize, now that's what I'm talking about. And that's what I like to see. That's when my Kansas comes out. That's all I'll say on that. Maybe I'll probably touch on it tomorrow. But yeah, I guess I'll mention it again. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow, all day. Well, all day for me, but yeah, it'll be from about 2 p.m. in the afternoon to hopefully 8 p.m. So that my goal is about 6 hours. So that's going to be over at my friend's house. We're going to be on a laptop. A little bit of a different setup. It'll look a little bit different. But yeah, I mean, it'll be a lot of it is like I'm ready to play some weird games. We're gonna definitely. There's been some cooperative games that I've been wanting and saving to play with them and doing a couple rounds with them and trying to practice. And you know, I've been doing a lot of competitive stuff, but you know, when it's 2-player, I feel like that's the most fun when it's just 2 people over. But yeah, I feel like when you get 3 in, it's kind of nice. And there are some kind of rough party games, but the goal is that it's just a long stream, and you know, somebody can run out and you know pick up some snacks or something if they need to. But yeah, Chad, I'm totally ready for it. I'm so excited to return to it. It's been such a long time. If you guys are ever curious, I do have a playlist. I always keep a playlist for all my guest streams. And you can see, like, my goal is that the quality of this one will be a lot better than the previous ones. And I did realize that I will have to turn my microphone down, and only my microphone, like, all the way. It'll be so fucking stupid. Like, when I actually test it and figure out how low I have to go, I'm gonna cry a little bit just because I was like actually blowing out the microphone with everything I was saying. And then my friend Taylor was like just hitting, like just talking, like perfect tone. Like I didn't have to adjust a single thing, but I was like so embarrassed. I was like, so I have to turn my gain. I have to turn that little knob so far down. I have a virtual knob. That's why I have a very specific mixer that was like pretty expensive. In terms of like nice mixers, it was actually a pretty good price. But yeah, it was a pretty good investment, and it allows me to edit each individual channel on my computer, and then also it allows me to record each of those channels on my computer as well. So, you know, I can have for the clips, which is the main, well, not the main thing. Obviously, the main thing is the stream, but the side effect is, yeah, bro, 6 hours. I mean, it's like the footage, as long as the footage looks, that's the thing. I'll have the camera open so I can make sure we're all in focus, but yeah, 6 hours of footage to have to cut up. Have to is a weird word, but yeah, to get to cut up, that's what I want to work with primarily. I want to start scrubbing through that, and I mean, the thing will be that, God, what do I want to say? It'll be up as a VOD. So I was like fully just about to tell my friends, like, bro, just send me a time code and I'll fucking cut it out for you, and then you can do whatever you want with it. So I know one of my friends, like, has started a YouTube channel, so I may shout that out. I may throw a link to that in the description of that stream, but chat, I gotta say, I've been really building up to this for a long time, and this has been my primary objective, is like being able to put together a setup that allows me to make this stream a possibility. So this is really, you know, a feat of production, like me, you know, talking about live producing a lot and talking about the quality of the stream and making sure that everybody is seeing what's going on. Like, this is really something that I want to make sure works, and so I'm excited, folks. It's going to be a little bit crazy, but I think we'll survive. We've got a pretty optimized setup. It's an efficient setup on Streamlabs, I'll say that. Like, I think this actually runs pretty well. So I'm thankful for that, I'll be honest. But yeah, I guess that's it for round one. That's it for run number 1, 7:51. Kind of perfect timing. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's move. So that's run number 1. We'll stay tuned. I mean, dude, I gotta say, I feel like more and more, I don't know if it's been mostly with primaries, there's so many weapons where I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not choosing the least used, maybe I'm still giving myself a little bit of grace, but there are a couple of choices where I'm like, oh my god, that is a pretty nice setup. So yeah, ooh, we maxed out Arbiters of Hexus. I should probably buy some relic packs, but let's get out of here. Let's see what we've got. I should do the builds and everything, see what we roll. No, maybe I should do relic packs first, because I'll start the run in a little bit. So let me just clear this guy out. I get a lot of these relic packs, I gotta say. Oh, we got a build to look at as well.
We are honored.
There you go. There's an Aya. I've thought about also, I should probably be buying some relics with Aya. I'm gonna look at my sets and, like, I'm gonna start burning through some vaulted relics and, like, burning through all this stuff. Marset, bro, have you tried a damage decoy speedva? It's like Octavia 2.0. Damage decoy? What the fuck? What is damage decoy? Oh, are you talking about the Loki ability? Are you talking about the Loki ability? Oh my god, low-key decoy. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, oh my god. That is a fun ability. Sato Circo, welcome in. But yeah, let's randomize. Let's see what we got. Oh, we should look at the build first. First the build. Does it show me the ribbon? Crit chance, status chance, fire rate. That's fucking nuts. Galvanized scope. Oh my god. This shit does, well, yeah, it does a zillion damage. This is oh, and look at this. This is corrosive cold. I mentioned this in my primary crux video, that this is a very strong combo, corrosive cold. And is this just the normal Bratton? I only use the Bratton Incarnon. The Bratton Incarnon is it's pretty goated. But yeah, that's a pretty sick build. I like that. That's interesting. Oh, it's Styanax. Holy shit, man. How do I get these rolls? I mean, I saw it before the stream, but what can I say? I'm lucking. Javlok. Oh, I get a buff to spear guns or something. And doubles for spear guns. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. That's a fucking live reaction. Holy shit. It's Citrine worth. Yeah, Citrine is fucking goated. Citrine is super nice. She's a great support as well. Citrine will provide status chance and status duration to any friendly character inside the circle of the crystal, and then she'll also create a bunch of health orbs and energy orbs. So she's very valuable for yourself and also your allies. So Javlok is a crazy role for Styanax. We have to take that. Javlok is good. I always scroll way too far, but it is Akmagnus Prime. So very similar weapon. Functions I wouldn't say identically, but it does function very similarly. It is a very, very powerful weapon. So we'll get into that pretty quickly, but this is an interesting one. This is a bonk fluence weapon. So we've got some interesting rolls. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about Styanax. Obviously, just effectiveness on energy orbs, just a small, it's not a tiny buff, but it's a pretty nice buff to your energy income. Opinion on one of the confirmed protoframes. Sounds sick, sounds cool. There's the guitar riff Gemini emote. That's what she said, so that's fucking badass. But yeah, let's talk about Styanax. The fun thing with this, the passive, that is just based on how much shields you have. So obviously Pillage is like an armor strip, but you know, there's a couple other choices. Thorough Strike is directional, Pillage is radial. It's only 11 meters though, so you do keep that in mind as well. But yeah, the main thing is Intrepid Stand. That's basically it, and then a shit ton of power strength. 238, which is just Augur Secrets, Transient Fortitude, Umbral Intensify, and Power Drift. So you got all of them. And then you got Molt Augmented, so that's nice, and also Arcane Avenger. So your weapons do get a pretty sizable buff. So that's a crit chance buff, and then that's a crit chance buff as well. That's additive, so it's gonna work after everything. Revenge is faster than Leakers. Yeah, I'm telling you. But it was so funny. It was hilarious. I think we all loved it. It was like classic Rev. That's what you want to see. Just like, it's fully unintentional. Just like, you're just like shooting yourself in the foot. How long would it take to get her from Mirror Defense? Oh, it takes forever. Mirror Defense takes a long time, Chad. Me personally, I just bought her because I despise Mirror Defense. Yeah, I did Mirror Defense with Octavia. I just did the normal Mirror Defense with Octavia, and all I did is ran around and grab crystals, and that's all I did. I'm trade banned right now, so I can't trade stuff for plat. Oh my god. Shout out Scuffed Jin. He says, what's up? I had to feed my Styanax to the wall, dude. What does Styanax give you? Which one is is it Theros Strike? Is that the Helminth ability? But yeah, Styanax, super strong. The only really one, the one I'm spamming is 4. This just gives you a shit ton of overguard. You do have to spam this quite a bit to keep it active, I'll have to be honest. This is, yeah, you have energy income coming in, and that's kind of it. I guess it applies to your teammates as well, so that's kind of nice. This also regens your shield, so you could probably replace this. I've thought about replacing this with something else, like something that would maximize Final Stand a little bit more, or like putting in Terrify, which would probably full armor strip. So, you know, like you're getting shield income from your 3, so you can still hit a bunch of, you can still get a bunch of overshield and like hit that max crit chance. So I think you could swap this out. I've used this a lot because it's super spammable, but I've thought about like, this is a pretty energy hungry build, so you know, I don't know which setup you would exactly choose, but Axios Javelin is also fun. So this will skewer an enemy, and then it'll group all the enemies within 20 meters. So, you know, it's like, it's got some pretty high base range, so you can group enemies pretty easily. So I might be spamming that with the Javlok, but yeah, next up is the Javlok. This is a weapon that like functions so much nicer with a Riven. This is a freebie Riven, so it just, all I needed was crit chance. I'm at 89% crit chance on the normal fire. Normally I would be at, let's see, I have critical delay, so if we put in critical delay, you're only at 60% crit chance without a Riven, so not the craziest, strongest weapon in the world. I do have viral and heat on here. I think, you know, you could probably make this all heat, but he has a pseudo exalted. No, he just, this is a grouping ability. Is this the one you're talking about? Axios Javelin? This is just a grouping ability. It just skewers them. It's like a projectile that skewers and then does that. The 4th ability, Final Stand, is also just like a damage ability that it's just a bunch of spears. So, yeah, not a pseudo exalted. Yeah, I guess Javlok is just, you know, viral heat with 100 munitions. I will say, you know, it's got the base heat, so you're going to have a little bit higher viral chance. You could mod towards heat a little bit if you rolled a better Riven, but I was totally fine with this. I get a lot of status chance as well, so the range, the AoE is not very big. 2.4 meters. It's not crazy small. So I've thought about putting blast damage on this, I think it might go pretty hard. Like, all I would do is just take this out, and then it becomes blast damage. I could test that. I could test that right now. What would I put in that last slot? Oh, I would probably want to put hammer shot, I think. Should I test that? This might work pretty well, honestly. I have this on Tenet Ferox now. It's kind of good. I don't think I can land here. What do I have? Wait, I gotta look at Opticore Vandal. I have this same setup on Opticore Vandal, because that one I actually did play. I think I still have damage on. Yeah, I still have Merciless on here. Oh, I could probably put a shit ton of damage. I guess for now we'll leave it as it is, because it's got a pretty high status chance, so it's kind of nice. I can preserve that status chance, and it's all blast, so that's it. You just have an 82% chance for blast procs. All right, let's test it. Let's try it out. Yeah, and so basically what this will do is it'll turn that AoE into a bigger AoE, a 5-meter AoE on top of the 2-meter AoE. So that'll work pretty well. I've tested it on Opticore Vandal. We'll see how well it works. It may suffer, but yeah, it'll be a fun little thing. What am I missing? But I wanted Mesa Prime more because Guns and Glory. Yeah, Mesa Prime is so sick. Oh my god. Anyway, Akmagnus, great weapon choice for Mesa Prime. But yeah, the main one is Chamber Cascade. Hits have a 4% chance to grant 100% ammo efficiency for 4 seconds. So once this is active, you can keep it active. So you basically have 16 shots where you have to land a high enough ratio along with multi-shot to keep this active forever, and then you do get infinite ammo. You can fully sustain infinite ammo for as long as you want. If you have a Thrax, you can just dump into their face for as long as you want. Like, once they're not moving like crazy, you just need to land a high enough ratio of shots and you'll be fine. And then you can keep the infinite ammo active forever. Same setup, galvanized shot, secondary encumber, also blast damage. So yeah, full auto that just has blast damage now and does a shit ton of damage. Chris, see, there's Chris. There's our winner. What did you say? You wanted Octavia? I think that's removing. Well, I've been working on more. I think I have a bunch of Octavia parts. I've been thinking about farming some more Octavia parts because I was like, wow, I already have a couple of the... I have a couple of the parts, and I feel like that would be a pretty nice one for everybody. So, yeah, this is just blast damage with secondary encumber. And, of course, Guandao, classic bonk fluence, Boreal's Contempt with Weeping Wounds. So, yeah, this just gives so much damage. It's really nice. Oh, I have Boreal's Hatred, reduces damage by 40% when airborne. Is that going to work? Oh my god. Is that going to work with my... It should work with Final Stand, right? Oh my god. But yeah, so this is just a pole arm, so it has pretty good heavy attack range. And then I'm adding Galvanized Reflex for 4 stacks of Weeping Wounds. When's the Coda update coming out? They said March, so I'm assuming probably like mid-March, probably like mid to late March. But yeah, this is 160% status chance plus 120% status chance from Galvanized Elementalist. So you're getting a lot of status. You're obviously only proccing Blast and Electricity with the heavy attack, so you do have to keep that in mind. But yeah, pretty similar setup. I do love Boreal's Contempt. It's crazy, man. It's so silly. It's so nice to have on pole arms, especially now that they're all kind of standardized, and I love them all now. Maybe not equally, but I do love them all. But yeah, there's the setup. There's the loadout. Do we have the same Omnias as before? We might. Oh! I just realized the Guandao also has the skin. The Guandao also has the fucking... whatever the skin is from the Styanax collection. Are you serious? This is what I'm talking about. I don't know how I do it. I really don't know how I'm so good at this. The randomizer just gives me synergies, but weird synergies. I get 2 Boreals mods. I get I don't know, man. It's kind of kooky. I like it though. I like having the Javlok because yeah, that double buff to the spear gun. That's pretty sick. So with me thinking about Javlok and Tenet Ferox, I am thinking more about Blast because that did add a lot of usability for for the Opticore Vandal, so I was very impressed with the fact that like it's still a damaging status effect. It still scales really well off of the existing setup that I already have on that weapon, but it just maximizes it like so fucking hard, and I'm just like, I'm a little blown away. I do feel like it has a ramp up that we'll have to study it. All right, keep an eye out. For now, I have to be a little bit energy efficient. I need to cast my 3. But I think I can use Matter Eye and do this. Here, I'm going to see if I can bonk a little bit. I feel like I could use some bonking to give me a little bit of built-in survivability. So we may start off with this. Just a little bit. Okay, we can cast our 3, so we'll start there. Excuse me, start there. But yeah, I'm feeling the energy efficiency. It's seeming a little bit more important. But yeah, we are at, what is it? Where's the 136% crit chance? That's pretty sick. Okay, let's start getting some overguard. 6,000 overguard. So it's a pretty decent margin right off the bat. I don't know if you get more. I think it's just per javelin. I think you just build up overguard per javelin, so it's not necessarily... It doesn't really matter how much damage you deal. It's more just about dealing damage at all. All right, let's test the 1. So there's the 1. There's the grouping. Oh, this may be unfortunate. What about the alt fire? What did that do? What was that? What is the Javlok's alt fire? What did that just do? Did that do damage? Or did I see that right, chat? Wait, hang on. What the fuck? Do I even know what the Javlok's alt fire is? Yeah, it should have just been a bullet, right? I thought it was just a big damage bullet. Yeah, it seems like the blast isn't doing crazy amounts of damage. It does feel like the Opticore did a shit ton of damage, so we'll have to keep an eye out and see. But it's not terrible, you know. It's not the worst thing in the world. But we did get infinite ammo for the secondary, so we do have to swap. It's just forced, right? So let's start with the Akmagnus. Pretty simple weapon to use. So we already have Chamber Cascade, and then I think it should be able to re-trigger. So once you have it active, then you can just keep an eye out for your DPS. Obviously, like, you're slowing down when you're casting your abilities, you're slowing down when you're doing all this shit, so you will have some moments where you'll struggle, so that's why you do want Akmagnus over Magnus, because it does have the double ammo capacity. There's going to be double mag capacity. Oh, I'm getting tapped for a zillion. Do I need to be... Am I just standing in AoEs? I also think I might be standing in AoEs, so, yeah, Akmagnus pretty good. Shout out Mini for following. Appreciate it. Thank you. Safe? Good. Okay. So we still have Chamber Cascade active, so we're doing pretty good. I'm not feeling terrible. I guess I need to cast my 4 more often. Fine, I need to cast the super OP ability more often. Seems I also need to cast my other abilities more often, so I will say if Armor Strip ever became Overguard Strip, I feel like it would be game over. That would be a change that I would love. Any ability that strips armor, I feel like that would be kind of a game changer. But currently at its state, you're seeing I'm not really struggling against Overguard. Like, especially in the levels that I'm going to, it's never really an issue. So we get Mania. Oh, I can show you the thing now. Here, where's Mania? Okay, here's Mania. Oh shit, don't want to do that. Come on, man. Oh, Mania's gonna teleport to me. That's right. Okay, come on, Mania, teleport up to me. Oh, now you're not going to... Oh, you're going to teleport me down to you? Okay, so there's that. We're going to hit Void Strike. And then I'm just going to amp and they're dead. Okay, there you go. I hope you guys caught that. If you ever need to kill an Acolyte, yeah, that's a pretty gamer setup. Don't have any of my abilities active. Holy shit. So good at this game. Jesus Christ. Do I still have infinite ammo? No, I don't have infinite ammo. But I guess now I'm actually testing it for real, so this is probably the better way to do it. I allowed my Overguard to break again, so unfortunately, chat, I'm struggling a little bit. I got to get out of these AoEs, man. That's something that Entrati will always do to me. I'll just be surrounded by these little puddles, these very dangerous little puddles that you do not want to be standing in for any amount of time. Now that you do the clean shave, are you going to grow out the full beard for one time? Yeah, well, I'll grow it out to the length of my mustache. I don't grow it out very long, usually. I'll have it pretty close to my face. Even if I ever did grow out a beard, it would be pretty close to my face. But I've got a couple tricks up my sleeve. I've mentioned it before. I may mention it again. Well, I guess I'll mention it right now. I'm gonna do my normal mustache where it turns down, but I'm gonna just pull it all the way down my face. So like all the way down, and then we'll see how far I can make it go. And then like every stream, I'll just shave it a little bit. I'll bring it up by like 20% every single stream, and it'll just be like, you'll be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? So it's a pretty good setup overall. Easy enough for me to yap, easy enough for me to talk to people in chat. After the filter, you gotta go with the goatee, brother. Oh my god. I could do the mustache with the goatee. I could leave the goatee there as well, and then only delete it after a stream. So you'd be able to have a goatee MR for. I used to have a goatee a long time ago, but yeah, once I was able to grow a full beard, that's kind of it, man. I was like, I was growing facial hair, like it was too weird, man. I don't know what's his hair. Like I definitely think, you know, there were some moments where I'm like, wow, people are always like, yeah, you look super old, and you know, and then I shave my mustache and I'm like, wow, I do look a lot younger. And I've thought about it. I'm like, you know, I've thought about going clean shaven. I thought about like leaving, you know, like a 5 o'clock shadow at all times and not really having a mustache, just like having stubble. You know, like I have my shortest, I had a feeling I was gonna have it. I have my shortest razor, but you know, I've thought about getting an even shorter guard. I don't know if I can even find something like that, like something that goes even shorter. I'm like, I don't know if it exists, but that would be my thing. Like, just, you know, having nothing but stubble on the face at all times, I feel like would be the other ideal for me. I don't really actually like having a beard. I feel like even a little bit of scruff, even a little bit of stubble, is just like prickly and annoying when I'm trying to sleep, and I don't know, I can't do it. Where's Vector been? Oh, Lewis still here. Lewis still here. He's here plenty. Yeah, Lua was in chat. Well, in voice chat yesterday. So we were chatting it up. We were having some yap sessions, I gotta say. I don't know if there are enemies coming down this hallway, but I don't know if there's an arena coming down this hallway, but yeah, I'm struggling a little bit. These doorways, man. Wait, it's gonna spawn an... Oh no, was that one already there? Oh god, chat. So this room is a very fun room. This room has like 50 fucking pylons in it. It's hilarious. I don't know what happens. Like, they did something with the Entrati tile set where like you'll get a room and it just has like all the survival pylons. I don't know how they do it. Hi, 1480. How about Harsh? Yeah, Harsh is in here too. Harsh has been dropping some major bombs in the chat, like some crazy builds and stuff. I'm blown away with the type of crazy. He dropped a Mark for Death build. Oh, do you see how they wiped my overguard? That makes me so sad. Oh, and we get violence as well. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Try swap back to the Javlok. Yeah, I think this might be a worse setup for the Javlok. Oh, I don't have any of the buffs. Oh, I'm gonna fail if I don't grab those. Okay, that was way too risky. Okay, Jesus Christ. At the 8-minute mark, chat. A little embarrassing. I hate to say it. I'm doing really bad on a survival. Can I do this? Is this gonna work? Yeah, I can cast that. I can kill this guy, right? Just with the operator? Come on, man. I just need one solid hit. There you go, cooked. Okay, safe. Alright, back to it. Hop to it once more. It seems my boy is struggling a little bit. My boy Javlok, not having a good time. Not on the level, unfortunately, of Optic or Vandal. It seems we've got a little bit lower stats, so we'll try it out. Keep testing it. I feel like I do need to rock it more and give it a proper test and try it out. We are getting a really big crit chance buff, so that should be helping it more than what I'm seeing, but maybe we just need to build up some buffs and test it out a little bit more. Ooh, you see this though? You kind of have to just be spamming 4 over and over. At a certain point, the Styanax build, unfortunately, is just this. The amount of overguard that you need at certain points can be a little bit absurd. Yeah, we're still doing okay. I don't know. Sometimes I get a little scared. Link in bio. I have no idea what that is. I could be using. Ooh, you see how they wipe me? They treat me dirty, man. It's these Blitz Eximus. Is it also the Fire Eximus, or is it just the Blitz? Anyway, I think we'll survive. Don't worry, chat. I have faith. Seems we need to bonk a little bit, clear out some of these enemies. Okay, safe. Hit this. Spam some more Overguard. Maybe it's just bonking and Overguard. Do I need to just run away as well? Alright, safe. Doing better. Not the best, but still doing better. Jesus Christ, though. Woo. I am feeling like I'm just going to be bonking a lot more, so it feels like the Javlok is making me suffer just a little bit. I don't know, man. Maybe I don't put blast damage on it. Maybe I leave fire damage on there. That guy that used to say, now that I think about it, has that troll shut up at all? No. But now I can edit. Now I can actually moderate chat on my computer as well. And I'm still running through Streamlabs. So, like, not only am I getting the efficiency from Streamlabs multi-streaming, but I'm also able to, you know, the one trade-off, the reason that he, like, got into me so bad, I feel like, was because I was doing multi-streaming through Streamlabs and I wasn't able to moderate him the first couple times. And there was literally a moment. There was a moment where, you know, all I did was I muted him immediately, and I was like, bro, I see you. I can mute you immediately. I'll leave you here so I can say shit to you, and you can't say anything back. And then he reported my live, and then never showed up again. So that actually did save me. I don't know how it changed, but it was pretty powerful. All right, chill. Don't freak out too much. All right. Oh God. I think I'm good to go. I need to actually keep my shit active. I need to keep my shit cruising, but so far we're good. We got it moving. Yeah, look at these numbers. The numbers are doing better. Oh shit, I need to snag this pylon. Look at this, unfortunate. Did they spawn in the next room? Yeah, they did spawn in the next room. Okay, so they started spawning in the next room. That's pretty good. I need to fucking cast my 4 apparently. Once again, chat, stuck in the trap. Stuck in the trap of spamming 4. Oh, maybe I'm not hitting the correct amount of enemies because they're stuck in this hallway. Maybe that's the struggle. It seems I actually need to shoot these guys, but yeah, Javlok's doing a little bit better. It's not doing as bad as it was before. Infinite ammo, secondary weapon. Okay, that's fine by me. Let's get the buffs going. Alright, come on, man. Stuck in the hallway. I don't know how I do it. These fucking doorways. These Entrati doorways do kind of kill me, man. They're so small. I just get totally fucked over. Yeah, lots and lots of spamming 4. It seems like it's going to be lots and lots of bonk fluence as well in the future. Oh, I need to kill a bunch of enemies like instantly, or I am going to fail. There's a couple enemies. That's better. Bonking them like crazy. I'm still at 11%. Look at this, chat. This is a bad ratio. What is the KPS? 700. Yeah, I'm an insanely low KPS. This is like almost half. This is a bad showing. Maybe I need to be doing more bonking. I have a feeling I should probably start moving to the next arena. That doorway specifically may potentially be crowding me in. So we'll do some bonking. That'll save me some KPS. That'll bring the margins back up a little bit. But yeah, you're seeing it, bro. It's so much fucking spam 4, and that's it. That's good to hear you. I appreciate that. Helpful Survivor. Excuse me, what did you say? My Wukong build just hit 20 million damage. How like did my one brain cell manage that? Are you doing a slam build? Because that's usually the one where I see that does a shit ton of damage. Yeah, I use I pretty much just buff my clone and then run around as normal. I don't really use the staff. I know that it does a shit ton of damage. I know that a lot of people like the bonk build, the heavy slam. Is it the heavy slam or is it just the normal slam build? Yeah, I don't really use Wukong that much. This isn't a good arena to be in. Oh, I gotta reload that bitch? Oh, unfortunate. Does that mean all my shit reset? No, I think it does. Alright, chat. Let's keep moving. We gotta hit the 4. We've still got some overguard. We need to bonk a little bit. I need to bring my margins back up. We're running on too thin ice right now. This is not a good way to play. I need to get my buffs going, apparently. I'm really feeling it, man. Yeah, I think we're still... I don't think I should worry too much. I will say it is kind of nice that it's like the only thing I'm proccing is blast. So I'm essentially guaranteed a blast proc because I have such high status on a bullet and an AoE that do a lot of damage. So, you know, once you get the buffs going, I am feeling it now that like I can't kill weak enemies to build up the galvanized stacks and to build up the stacks of the primary merciless. So I do feel it there. But I think once it ramps up, then it does a little bit better. So I don't know. I don't know because previously, yeah, I had, you know, viral and heat. You know, obviously it has built-in heat damage, which is pretty good. So yeah, there's definitely a couple setups. I do think that I should put in primed cryo rounds. I think I should just make the bullet do a zillion damage, and that would probably save me a little bit. But yeah, there's just too many enemies for me to really do that. So what I'm going to do is hit this. 15 minutes, not terrible. We'll hit this. I just need one good influence proc, and that should just kill everything. Yeah, what did I tell you, man? That was, yeah, every enemy on the map, so that's pretty fucking poggers. That's how you do it, man. That's what you have bonk fluence for. I gotta say, like, I hate to be that blatant, but that's what it is. Alright. Let's do it. 8:21. Yeah, we got one more run after this, so we've got 10 more minutes here. But yeah, I'm still chilling, dude. I'm thinking though. I'm thinking that I will add prime cryo rounds because it has such high status chance. I think that will be the smarter play. I think I just want the bullet to just do as much damage as possible. So you may see me slap a Forma on here and see how that would work. Because I will say, after using these setups for so long, you do start to have some familiarity. So I'm going to hit this into bonk. Do I have? Yes, there's influence. Only one life support charge. 2 life support charges, unfortunate. Unlucky odds, but still chilling. We should probably pop a tower, but we're still moving pretty good. I guess there's not a lot of towers in this room, but my goal is that I can stay in this room. Obviously, like, yeah, the last setup was like way more efficient. Shout out Wakasa for sharing the live. I appreciate it. Or Wakasa, I don't know how you would say that. Oh, excuse me, Jesus. Yeah, still good to go. We'll do this into this. Oh, don't want to do that. Okay, much better. And there you go. I realized, like, yeah, I don't really need to kill the overguard dude. I can kill all the other dudes first and then worry about the stragglers later. So it's pretty satisfying, I gotta say. You can run that setup on so much stuff. It's one of the most brainless setups you've ever seen. Like bonk fluence, you know, there's the criteria that I have is there's specific weapon categories that have larger slam radius, and those are the ones that I'm using bonk fluence on, and then yeah, you can just do shit like that. So it's kind of a little bit too silly. I feel like a lot of it is, I don't know, like there's this radial wave that kind of emanates from where you land, and you know, you can, it doesn't always work as intuitively as you think. You know, it doesn't like elevation changes and shit like that, so there's certain moments where it struggles a little bit. So I will say that's kind of an important thing to understand. But yeah, I need to hit this. But I will say there are definitely moments where I am kind of just building enemies up, and then melee influence is clearing all of them at once, so it is pretty satisfying. We'll hit this now that the shield is gone, and we can kind of tap. So yeah, I do think prime cryo rounds would just give the bullet a shit ton of damage, and I think that would put it in a good category and get it to a really good margin in terms of doing a lot of damage and just being a spear gun. Like I love chat, the spear gun stance. If you want to know the sickest stance for any frame, like, bro, you better have a spear gun. And you better have one of the, like, zillion just insanely cool spear gun skins. There's so many great spear gun skins that I love them, man. And yeah, most of the spear guns are just weird as fuck. They always have some interesting gimmick. Like, the Scourge has, like, one of the craziest, like, alt-fire gimmicks of any weapon in the game. It's so strong. But yeah, it's like the best shit you've ever seen. I mean, it's so cool that, yeah, there's just this whole class of weapons that, like, I want to see more of. But yeah, I'm still fully happy with what they've got. Like, it's really cool. Shout out James Johnson for following as well. I think I need to turn the TikTok alerts on. I think they're working properly. I may need to change them so that they don't double alert me. But yeah, I muted the TikTok alerts, and now I just don't get any TikTok alerts. So I'm sorry, chat. I've been treating you guys dirty. I've been doing you guys wrong. So I gotta be real. Safe. We'll hit this. Come on, get a good bonk going. You need like a couple good hits, and then you're chilling. There you go. 16% life support. Not doing terrible. Do I have a charge in here? I do have a pillar in here. Okay, so we're still safe. We've still got one pillar. Don't have this active. See, we actually... So the thing is, the reason that Bonkfluence works the way that it does is you need a lot of enemy density. So you have to kind of wait for the enemies to get near you before you can actually take advantage of it properly. Like, you do need basically all the enemies on the map just grouped up next to you, and then you can take much better advantage of what's happening. It's so much easier to use, so it's kind of hilarious. Alright, we'll hit this once again. Oh, safe? Yeah, totally good. We've got some life support. We're at 4%, 8%. Oh god. This is the secret strat. This is how you really play a survival like a maxed out gamer. Come on, give me one good bonk. That's all I need. I need to do this into this. And then that's all I need, man. Give it to me. There you go. That's the one that I need. Alright, that should save me. I need to snag some life support canisters, but so far so good. I guess a lot of this, you know, ends up just being, I hate to say it, melee influence kind of carries a little bit. This has been somewhat of a weaker setup. Oh, I've got 12%. All right, let's go snag this. But yeah, this will be our last one. We should be safe. I don't think we'll struggle. There's a couple more life supports. So yeah, we did pretty poorly. 1200. So we're going to be about 50 kills per minute. So that's not a very good KPM. That's not as maxed out as we've seen before. I mean, the Citrine one was just... That was the GOAT. I gotta say it. Citrine is the GOAT. We love Citrine, but... Yeah, I gotta say, like... You know, Styanax has a really strong overguard ability, but I am still spamming it a lot. I'm having to cast that shit a lot to keep that overguard active, so... I feel it, man. Like, there are moments where I'm like, whew, man, that overguard... It helps. It saves me. But I am struggling just a little bit. I've thought about, you know, thinking about some other setups. God, I don't know why I talk like this. It's so weird, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I want to look at the helmet. That's what I'm thinking, is I may potentially look at a different helmet, something that will help me keep my overguard active easier. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now, but I'm kind of looking at this and being like, okay, you know, the either I need more power strength or something, but yeah, I need to figure out some way that I can make that overguard work. Dude, I'm honestly looking at like Omamori. Have anybody thought about that? Like, the idea that Omamori is like a damage gate and it would work on top of your overguard. I don't know how that would work, if it would like negate the damage to overguard as well. I would have to look into that, but that might be pretty crazy. If that does work the way that I think it does, I feel like that would be kind of broken. But yeah, that's something that I'm thinking about. Like, something that allows my overguard to exist longer is what I'm looking at right now, that I'm less inclined to recast my 4. like just the amount of overguard that I get and how fast it's getting cleared. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Is I feel like there's a better ratio where I can keep my overguard, and it's about making your overguard last versus having to literally recast 4 all the time. I do think I want to put a casting speed shard in here. I think that would actually save the 4 a lot. So I think that's one thing that we'll do right after we leave, is I am going to put a casting speed shard in for his 4 because I want to see what that does in terms of how fast his 4 works, and like does it mean you shoot more spears? Like how does it work? I'm curious to see, because most of the other abilities are pretty quick, but I don't know how it works, because it's a set duration, right? It's number of spears. Oh, it's number of spears. That's right. So your duration increases the number of spears. So then casting speed would just make you throw the spears faster. So I guess that would be how it works if I were to guess. But yeah, that does seem pretty favorable for me. So I think I will put in a casting speed shard, and it may save me. But I do think Omamori might be pretty powerful. If that does work, I'll look into that on my own time, and you know, maybe we'll just put it on. I don't know, because if I test it, I'll want to just test it for like 1 minute and then leave. I don't want to like get his usage too high, but yeah, that may be worth a try. But that's definitely what I'm thinking about, is, you know, you'll get the shield, you'll get the overshield from the 3. You know, like I could think about not casting Pillage, or even just getting rid of Pillage and seeing if I'm able to keep my overshield active. Like if I can just keep my overguard active, I feel like I'm going to be a lot better off for keeping my overshield active as well, and that means keeping the crit buff active, and that's kind of all I need. So you might be more efficient by increasing your resistance for your overguard so that it just works better. I don't know, it's a weird idea. I will also say that I think Omamori would also then build up overshields as well. So like, because you have your overguard, like if you don't have your full shields, then Omamori, when it heals you, would heal, just refill your shields, because obviously you would have full health. So I don't know, it's a crazy setup. I'm starting to think about that more, that you can like optimize some setups. Oh, I tabbed out accidentally. Hang on, that's it. Did not mean to tab out. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. What melee is that? Shout out James Johnson. I totally missed that. This is Guandao Prime. This is a bonk fluence weapon, so this is literally just a pole arm. You can use any pole arm. If it has crit chance, put crit chance mods on it. If it doesn't have crit chance, just leave it as, just put galvanized elementalist in there. So I guess you already have that. So it's a pretty similar setup. I could show like a status chance version of this setup, but oh yeah, you're just bonking. That's it. So apologies. I think that was a while ago, and I missed that. So shout out James for following. But yeah, that's it. That's round number 2. It's 8:30. We're making good time. So we got one more round ahead of us. I don't know about the rolls, but I will put that casting speed shard in right away. And then I think I will test Omamori for like 5 minutes and just see if it works the way I think it does. Because if it does, I feel like that would honestly be pretty awesome to have shield gating within your overguard. Like to have extra damage gating mechanics within the overguard, I feel like would be pretty hilarious. And then it would give you, yeah, when the javelins trigger the overguard, then that would give you, you know, when you see the damage gate, then that would be your opportunity to spam the javelin. So I don't know if that would be exactly how it would work, but that would be a super powerful combo. So that would definitely add to the usability of overguard for me. Is like, it would make it, it would have it, like lots and lots of gating built in. So I'm going to do that right away. Let's put that casting speed shard in. That is a worthwhile shard. So we'll do this for casting speed. So I'll say that might be kind of mandatory, so you can just cast the spears faster. I think that's about it. Like, there's just, it is a long animation. You're stuck in that animation for a while. It does kind of suck for that regard, but still chilling. I do want to see. Oh yeah, there you go. So now the TikTok chat's working again. Okay. So we're back to normal. I don't know when it started working, but there you go. We're set. Oh, 1,100 likes. Now I can see that. 5 new followers. I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you. Good to go. Anyway, sorry. It seems it started working at some point, so weird, but cool. Whatever. Kullervo. Fucking holy shit. God, dude. How do they do it to me? And I can actually just bonk forever. I'm just going to be bonking forever. Mutalist Cernos is insanely fucking goated. Holy shit, that's actually a good take. Bronco Incarnon, that's a fun one. I'm not going to be spamming Bronco as much, so what a crazy spread. And then the melee weapon. I am going to make an oh my god. Magistar Incarnon. Magistar Incarnon Bonk Fluence build. Holy shit, I have to take this. I have to take this. Okay, holy fuck. Holy shit. These are the rolls. These are what you're looking for, chat. Back to back. I survived with the Styanax. I'm going to fucking thrive with Kullervo. All right, let's talk about it. We've got Kullervo, Mutalist Cernos, Bronco Incarnon, and Magistar Incarnon, Sancti Magistar Incarnon, Bonk Fluence. So let's get right into it. We're going to start with Kullervo right at the beginning. I've changed some stats around. I think I've got Ready Steel in there now. I've got Wrathful Advance at its full unnerfed version. Obviously, the Helminth version is halved power strength, so I've got pretty high power strength. I've got 45% range, 145, just a little bit more range for this, and for your 1, so you're getting your overguard faster. But I've got Roar in here. I've enjoyed this a lot. But yeah, this is a way different overguard setup. This overguard will work way differently. It's way faster. This is a way more offensive setup. It's way it's like so quick. Ready Steel will add another extra combo level on top of what I have. So it's just keep Wrathful Advance active, keep your overguard active. If you want to shoot your gun, you can use Collective Curse. I don't really use Collective Curse all the time, but then Roar is just another buff on top of that. And then I do have the higher range, so Roar is gonna hit my squad a little bit easier. I've got Molt Augmented as well, so that's pretty much all you need. This one is fucking goated. We'll start with Magistar Incarnon. With melee weapon equipped, plus 40% attack speed. That will speed up base follow through with channel ability active. Okay, I could care less. So this will speed up the animation of the heavy attack, but only the end of it, so it'll get you out of it'll get you out of the heavy slam animation a little bit quicker. This one is fucking crazy. 100% slam radius is nuts. That's insanely fucking broken, so you'll catch that. You'll see how crazy it is. And then this is just crit chance, crit damage, so the numbers are nuts. It's a similar build, but I've got Focus Energy, Voltaic Strike, so I've got a higher chance of proccing Influence, and I have 90% efficiency, but I do have 90% efficiency from Kullervo as well, but this will still provide me easier influence proccing, so that's the main thing. Heavy attack heals self and allies within 15 meters for 5% of damage done. Grants 20% status effect resistance while equipped. That's pretty crazy. But the bonk is all you care about, really. So this is a similar setup, and it means that I don't need an attack speed mod because of the built-in attack speed, so that is pretty sick. Yeah, that's all I got for you, chat. Next up, the thing that I'll probably be spamming the most, Primary Blight on Mutalist Cernos. This is multi-shot heat, so I'm getting a pretty decent multi-shot. I'm getting a pretty decent multi-shot margin, but the thing is I have split flights, so this is basically just adding another arrow. So think of this as split flights gives you 4 arrows, and this one gives me built-in 5 arrows. So this one gives me an extra arrow to start off with. So spreading a bunch of heat, and that's basically it. You've got absurd amounts of status chance. It's going to create this lingering damage field, and it's just going to proc infinite amounts of status. It's crazy. It also procs Toxin as well. Super spammable, really fun. Does have Galvanized Aptitude. That does work pretty well. Does have Heavy Caliber with Thermite rounds. So it's got a pretty good ratio of heat damage, so it's proccing a lot of heat procs, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, and then finally, Bronco Incarnon. Just recently changed it up a little bit. On 50 energy spent, increases base damage by 9 for 10 seconds, stacks 4 times. I don't know how energy spam this is. Pretty energy heavy, I guess. Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah, I guess, what is it? Wrathful Advance will be 50 energy every time. Base magazine capacity up by 2. This one is like pretty much mandatory. Accuracy is actually pretty good. It'll tighten the cone on the on the shotgun form, so you'll charge it up easier. So this one might actually be a pretty good take, that it might be worthwhile. It might be worth trying, because it'll be easier to charge up the Incarnon, and that will be pretty important. Base crit chance by 20%. This ammo efficiency when 6 enemies are within 6 meters. That's pretty crazy, but no, I'm not using that. I'm just doing base crit chance. So let's look at the stats. This is an Incarnon, but it does have it does have some crazy stats. So I have a couple things. I have Blast on this with secondary Merciless, but this does also, so this will ricochet between enemies. So what I have currently is Blast damage. It's still weighted pretty heavily towards Blast. It's about double the chance to proc Blast. But I have damage on my Riven, and I have damage from Semi-Pistol Cannonade. So both of these damage mods are going to increase the damage of the AoE of the Blast proc. So what's going to happen is the shotgun pellets are going to spread between enemies, and they're all going to proc Blast procs on all the enemies, and then the Blast procs are going to clear themselves all at once. So it turns a ricochet into like a double ricochet. It like adds a cascading effect to something that already has a cascading effect. So it's pretty crazy. I am going to do the accuracy. I'm lurking. Just so you know, YouTube isn't dead. Lua, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, this thing has crazy stats. You can spam it pretty well, but mostly it's going to be bonking with Magistar. This one is fucked. Magistar Incarnon is fucked. What do I get in the rolls? Void Flood. Oh, God. Okay, we'll see how long I go. 841. We'll see how long I can survive, but with the Bonkfluence, I may make it work, and I have a pretty high ratio of melee influence chance, so I think I'll survive. But yeah, still good to go. I appreciate everybody for joining me. But yeah, this will be our final roll. No. Are you serious? Wait. There's 6s. There's 7s. Are we done with 5s? Are we into 4s now? Oh shit. So these are all the Radiant Relics that have 4 relics in the stack. So if I do the 5th mission, I have to go scroll down to the bottom of the fucking list and snag whatever that next set of relic is. So that's going to change. And then that means that, yeah, every time I do 5 rounds, that next stack that I start, it's going to be reduced to 3. So then we're going to get a bunch of we're going to get a bunch of stacks that are going to become 3. So that's the meta game. That's way beyond anything else. That's not something that most people are ever going to think about. So do not think it's normal. All right, so we're going to start with some recompense. Honestly, I don't even kill enemies. I just allow them to spawn for a while. Look at this, not a single orb. The orbs spawn in slowly, the enemies spawn in slowly. It is a weird mission, chat. You want them all to convert, you want to start building up a surplus. I'm just going to snag these dudes real quick. And then I think we'll be good. We can come over here. I will say your 2 does actually provide for your melee combo counter, so I use it quite a bit. But you can kind of see you have to build it up. Yeah, we've got this set up. We bonk, and then we're good to go. And then we have 7 times combo mode. Oh, it makes it even easier to charge Incarnons because I have that built-in combo multiplier. I have Ready Steel. So, like, when I use Kullervo, it's even more maxed out to use, like, an influence bonking weapon. So, you know, Sancti Magistar Incarnon becomes even stronger. Haven't even cast my 1. Don't really have the ammo or the energy efficiency to cast my 1. But still safe. Yeah, we just need that Bonkfluence and we'll be chilling. So we've got a pretty high ratio of electricity, so that'll save us. That'll make us rock pretty hard.
The angels have torn open another rupture.
But yeah, we've got a long time on that Incarnon buff, so still chilling. I might actually keep... I do have Matter Eye that I should keep active. Oh, I don't have Growing Power, so I should just cast that all the time. Alright, chilling. 94% on the Roar buff, so... You know, we have Blast, we have all these other setups. And this is pretty much it, 631. So it's just going to be constantly swapping into Matter Eye. Oh, am I killing them too quickly? No, I'm still chilling. This is almost full. Okay, it's full now, we're chilling. Good. Alright, perfect. Alright, so it's just going to be swapping to Matter Eye and spamming Bonkfluence. And that's probably about it. But yeah, I think we can survive. We can do it, chat. I know we can do it. I'm so good at Void Flood. It is my favorite game mode, I swear. I'm not lying to you right now. I'll do, when I get a Void Flood Omnia, that's all I want to do. Right, chat? We all love it. Oh my god, melee weapon gets buffed.
Just as I knew it would.
We're still getting a pretty good ratio, but you can see, like, yeah, bonk with any weapon. Bonk with any weapon on Kullervo, and suddenly you're a major gamer. Suddenly you're the best Warframe gamer you've ever seen. And yeah, you just chill out, a little bit of Roar, a little bit of Wrathful, easy combo, super fun. I'm sure you're getting some crazy margins. I don't know how far you're going. I am getting 600%, but I think it's going farther than that. I just don't think it's showing me what tier it is. You could do the math and do the full calculation. I think I just have Molt Augmented and Truculence, actually, so that's kind of all I rock. But yeah, I'm good to go. So this is kind of a flat, like whatever crit buff I'm getting, that's it. Kill all Thorax attackers. Oh, this is a joke. Oh, this has to be a joke. Where is this fucker? Chilling over here? Oh, you're so silly. Oh, unfortunately I have to multi-tap him? Oh, that's a little embarrassing. Is he gone? Oh, that's sad. I had to tap him too many times. That made me sad. I probably could have cast my 2, put a bunch of viral stacks on him. That would have done pretty dirty, but I will say I'm glad I get to at least hear Yanta while I do this mission. But yeah, my energy income, this is a mission where I feel the energy income. I gotta go run around and grab a bunch of energy orbs because I assume they're there. I just assume they're not. They're kind of spread out in weird ways. I don't know, man. Like, there's just something about Void Flood. I can't get down with it. This is a Sevagoth relic? Holy shit. Well, maybe we'll get some Sevagoth parts going. Yeah, all these newer frames. I don't have very many relics for them, but I have enough. I can make it work. I don't have any Overguard. I am so good at this game. That's really awesome. Alright. Keep it up, chat. Do I even have the... No, I didn't even have the Matter Eye buff, so... That's sad. That just is cringe. You can't allow it, dude. I mean, come on, man. You gotta step it up. Like, granted, the Void Flood is just slow as fuck. You have to be real, dude. It's like a completely different game mode. But only this version of it. When I'm doing it in Circuit, like, the Void Flood is like my favorite game mode. I love when a Void Flood shows up in Steel Pass Circuits. It is like a freebie. And, like, I'm having too much fun. I will say, chat, I don't know if you guys are interested, but I have been thinking about doing a stream that's like a Steel Pass Circuits run where we just... I don't know if... So, like, I don't know how many rounds it'll be and what will end up, but I do want to try out the whole, like, get to round... How quick can you get to round 9 thing where, you know, when you hit round 9, then the enemies are level 991. So they're like not quite 1,000, but it's basically 1,000. So that's kind of where I'm going to leave it. All right. But I want to see how much easier it is to charge up this Incarnon if I increase the accuracy a little bit. Seems pretty good. Seems a little bit better. Maybe it was pretty inaccurate to start off with, but we got Violence to spawn. That's good. We should cast this. 608. There you go, dude. That's how you play the game. That's what you're talking about, man. Alright, let's spam a little bit of Bronco. Hit this. So you can see, yeah, that's the reason I never do the full Blind Rage. I never go full deep into it, because I do like a little bit of efficiency. I find that saving some efficiency on the build is pretty important. Because, yeah, right now I have Matter Eye. Don't have Zenurik, and there is not a lot of enemies for me to get some energy from, so... Just the level of enemy density can kind of make you struggle, that you'll still take a lot of damage, but you won't have the same energy income to refund that damage through, you know, your survivability ability. So I do think that's important to remember. But I should be bonking more, yeah. I have 11 energy. I don't think I've ever, like, straight up just run out of energy on builds like this. Yeah, I can't even cast my 2. That's kind of nuts. I, like, only have energy for my 2. It's a little bit depressing, chat. You got to be real. I'm hunting down these energy orbs. It's a sad state of affairs. I should potentially use Matter Eye. I've just been spamming the abilities. I should be using Matter Eye, but I don't know. This is weird for me. Like, it's not often that I really actually do struggle with energy efficiency, and this is a strange moment. I'm having to hunt down energy orbs a little bit more than I would expect, but yeah, what can you say, man? It seems kind of par for the course for Void Flood. Just another complication for Void Flood, I guess. Another struggle to keep in mind when you're playing the weirdest game mode of all the Omnias. Like, not even a challenge. This is just so strange. But yeah, we're at 850, so we got a couple more rounds. And then yeah, we'll be good to go. There's a big energy income. I like that. Honestly, yeah, I'm keeping Roar active, and I'm keeping my 2 active, and that's about it. There you go. That'll pop him. There you go, and then you get the buff, and then he's gonna get the thing, and then it doesn't matter, and he's cooked. All right, chillin'.
Use it when you need it.
Come on, chat. Are we good? Are we getting a nice buff going? Okay, sweet. Hildren, great. Another bronze. That's exactly what I want. Hell yeah. Hey, but dude, the prime sets will show that, like, I'll start accumulating them. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna start accumulating more Hildren sets or Hildren parts. But yeah, I'm getting very close to running out of my spare Radiance. Like, all the Radiance that I've collected over the years, I'm getting very close to straight up just running out of those. And then we're gonna have to move into, like, okay, I'll have. So my thought is, like, I'm gonna have trash relics that I designate that only really have weapon parts. And that's, like, all I'm going to be using. So if it's a normal relic, I'm only really wanting to use it if it doesn't have any Warframe parts. So, and then I can save up those Void Traces and then spend those on the Radiance. And then we'll have 18 of a specific Radiant relic to burn through and collect a bunch of parts. And we can do that over and over, and we'll start to have to choose setups more specifically. So that's what I'm looking at right now is, you know, picking a specific frame and burning every Radiant that I have, like using up every relic that I have in my stockpile to get as many sets of that as I can, and then that's just what I have available. And then once everybody takes those sets, then they're gone, and then you only accumulate them afterwards. You know, maybe if I'm lucky in a survival with a squad member, that they'll provide me with an Octavia part or something. Like, that's where I'm at for the most part. Is I want to start with frames that, yeah, they're vaulted, and then I can think about, okay, with my Aya stockpiles, I can maybe return to those. But I want to, like, clear out the relics first, and then, you know, when the Aya stuff rolls around, then I can look at the parts that I already have, and then I can buy specific relics so that I have odds at the rest of the parts that I'm missing. So, you know, I want to gauge my inventory before I do any type of Aya spending, because I think it's going to be important to, like, prioritize that, because that's another one that I will start to run out of. Like, I will have to decide how many relics I want to buy, and then, you know, as the Prime Resurgence swaps between them, then I'll have to choose accordingly whatever Prime Warframe set I'm looking for at that specific time. So I'm really feeling the energy economy, but it's starting to get a little better. Ability, range, and strength has doubled. That's sick. I really wish I waited for that, but I'll survive. I'll get another cast to my 4, so not super worried. We can still tap this dude though. Yeah, he's still goofy as fuck. Yeah, even if I don't have a maxed out setup, and that's the thing. Like, if you have 90% heavy attack efficiency, bro, you have 100% heavy attack efficiency. Especially with bonk fluence, you're not going to be bonking faster than your combo will reset. But that's basically, you know, Galvanized Reflex is just insanely powerful. Like, Galvanized Reflex is such an insane buff to have, you know, guaranteed 5 times combo, and to have it reset, like, instantaneously is just so easy to use and adds so much usability. I think it's just kind of exactly what you want. So I do have potentially enough energy for Wrathful Advance, but this is the thing. I don't feel like I'm taking good advantage of Wrathful Advance. It kind of makes me sad, but we're at a good stockpile on energy, but not the best. You know what I mean? There's been easier missions that I've done, but yeah, I think this may potentially be the last one that I'll do. And then, yeah, I'll mention it one more time for anybody that is interested. I will be live all day tomorrow. Same thing as normal. I'll be here from 2 p.m. Pacific time to about 8 p.m. That's my goal, is to do about 6 hours. So it's going to be... Basically, you can just think of it as a live party. It'll be a couch stream. I'll have my friends on. We'll have wireless microphones. We'll be up and around, walking around, eating pizza, having some drinks, you know, having a little bit of smoky. So it's definitely, it'll be my most exciting thing that I've done in a while. So if you guys are enjoying this content, it will be playing other games. So lots and lots of games. So you expect like a whole different set. So whatever you show up for, you know, whether we have everybody on the couch, you know, playing a cooperative game, we have everybody playing a competitive game. Like, I have all these couch co-op games that are just so much fun. So that's the thing, is like just having everybody on the couch and being able to just chat it up. Like, I go crazy. I have to turn my mic. I've said it a couple times. I have to turn my mic gain, like, just for me. I have to turn it down like all the way, because I just like obliterate that mic, and I was clipping the mic so hard. So I was just having so much fun. There's some really fun like competitive party games that are silly and goofy, and you know, obviously like all of them are going to be on PC, just because, you know, I want to be able to show you guys like fun, cool games that are on PC, that are probably also on the Switch, that, you know, maybe you've never heard of. You know, everybody's seen a zillion Smash Bros games. Everybody sees Smash Bros till the day I die, right? You know, I have one of my friends that may potentially be coming over. I know he's going to want to just play nothing but Smash Bros, because, you know, he was like a competitive Smash player in Alaska. So there's a lot of cool stuff, a lot of lore to talk about. So I'm excited to just leave the stream on. You know, I'll be the producer. I'll make sure everything's running well. And then everybody, all my homies, can just run through and set it all up. So, I don't know, man. I have a lot of fun with it. It's my most complicated production project as well. So it's got a lot of mics. It's got a camera in a different position. We're worried about lighting and stuff, but in the end, it's just pizza and drinks, and we're gonna have a good time and play a lot of party games. And I think we're gonna do really well. So I really hope you guys enjoy. Just stop by whenever, say hi. That's kind of the goal. So yeah, that's all I got for you, chat. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Obviously, you know, I do have a Discord as well. I should mention that. Link to my Discord is in my profile on TikTok, in the description on YouTube, and in the About section on Twitch. So you can go there, join the Discord. You'll be entered in to win automatically for the first month. And then after that, just show up and say hi. And then once a month, you'll get entered in to win the raffle. And if you want to submit for multiple months, then we do have a submissions section. So there's a channel called New where you can get approved for that. And then if you want to submit for multiple months, then just let me know, and you can submit like multiple different builds or fashion or really whatever you want. So that's all I got for you. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, take care. I'm out of here.